everybody, good morning, and welcome back to the AusSpeedruns Marathon livestream. Welcome back to a Blinx speedrun at ASM. It's been a while since PAX, and you know, it wouldn't be a Blinx AusSpeedruns Marathon without my lovely co-commentator.
Hello, I'm on out, and once again I'll be sitting on the side to help explain everything that happens while Minker here does his tricks.
Awesome. So before I start, I just want to just say that we are usually, when I ran previously to ASM, I ran on the Platinum Hits version of the game. Today we're running on the original release, which is the more harder version, and it's a little bit slower, but you know, I thought it'd be a bit fun to show it off here at ASM. And also, if anyone comes in and say, streamer, why is Blinx running fast? I thought he was slow, and you are correct. But we have this bug in the game called full diagonal movement. And what it is that when you move 100% in an X and Y axis in a diagonal direction, you can make Blinx run at 41% faster. And that's what we do for basically all the top level runs in Blinx. There's many ways to do it, but the way that I've done it is that I've just enlarged the area of my thumb, my analog stick, so that it has a larger area to move in. And with that out of the way, I think we can get started. So, when I press yes, the time will start. So I will signal on go. So 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
Alright, On. So, do you want to tell the audience what this Blinx game is all about?
Alright, sure. Well, we are the teacher Blinx. He is a time sweeper. He is a special cat whose job is to make sure time flows properly in all the worlds. That's what all the time sweepers do. Unfortunately, a group of pig villains called the Tom Tom Gang decided to steal time by distorting it, turning it into time crystals. They plan to profit by stealing these time crystals and selling them to other worlds. However, in this one particular world that we've entered, they've distorted time so much that the time crystals have turned even further into time monsters. This could threaten the stability of the world so much it could vanish if we don't clear each level within 10 minutes. So, it's our objective as a time sweeper. Our objective as a time sweeper to clear into each level, find and defeat every time monster, and escape within 10 minutes. That's the main basis of the game's objectives. And we have lots of tools on how to do so. We haven't seen much of them now, but all that Meek is doing is the basic action of sweeping up trash, which is random objects around the ground, and shooting them to take out enemies. With that, we can do that because of our trusty tool, the Time Sweeper. The second function that will come along with that this Time Sweeper does is time controls, which we'll be getting to in a short while. So all we're doing right now is just taking out these enemies really quickly and running to the end while trying to get as much gold as possible. At the end of every stage, all the trash that Minker swept up will be turned into gold. Some items are a lot more valuable than others. Here we have the first boss, the Dust Herder?
Yeah, Dust Keeper. Also,
yes.
That camera really messed me up there. I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, I don't remember that camera effort just swapping around to the back.
But what we're essentially doing is we're basically keeping the stun.
Missed.
We're keeping the boss stun locked so that kill it as quickly as possible. Every single boss will drop a lot of gold. More gold will drop from other bosses. That was a good amount. 500 is pretty good.
Pretty decent.
Very fast, World 1. But as the levels go on, and as we progress through worlds, the levels will get longer and harder. The enemies will get tougher and more scary.
Yep.
So
you see at the top right, just the variety in what level of enemies that Minker's got to face. Sometimes there's the same enemy, but he's got a different color, which indicates he'll need more hits to take out. Some enemies have special ways of taking them out, like that Karoppa there. He usually likes to eat whatever you shoot at him. However, if you shoot a bomb into his mouth, then he'll explode from the inside and take even more damage.
Gonna get our first time control here. It'll be our rewind, but we will not be using it right away.
Yes. Now, time controls in the game, as you can see down the bottom, there's 5 of them that you can obtain. Between rewind, fast forward, pause, record, and slow. How you get them is that you obtain 3 time crystals of the same color and then 1 of any other, or 4 of the same time crystal, which gets you 2 time controls. So, now just randomly scattered around the world like those, plus they sometimes drop from time monsters when you destroy them. So you got to be careful about which ones to pick up in case you make a bad combo.
Here we go. We got our second time control coming up. Fast forward. Now, there's a chance we can get 2 here if we're lucky.
Oh, yes, we did.
Now, just gotta make sure not to pick up the slow instead. There we go. So, On, do you want to explain what all the time controls do?
Yes. I touched on it very briefly, but rewind rewinds the world and all of its physics objects back to a previous state, and all the enemies too, which is good. Like that broken pillar right there, we use rewind, it'll just lift back up and will be restored to its place. We can stand on top of it too to ride it back up. Fast forward makes you and the rest of the world run super fast without actually accelerating the timer as well. So you can run really fast, sweep up enemies quick, enemies get past their hit stun a lot quicker, and bonus, you're invincible. You've got a shield that protects you, allowing you to take a hit. Pause is simple, it just stops everything in the world for 10 seconds, allowing you to run around and do things while everything's paused. Slow is also very simple, it just slows down the world, making obstacles a lot easier to get by, and enemies move a lot slower. And then you have the most complicated and yet useful time control of them all, record. What it happens is that it plays normally for the 10 seconds that you activate it, however once it's done, it will rewind back to where you start, and then play again, with what you just did during the time control record being active as a little ghost, repeating everything you just did. Oh, you missed it.
Yeah,
so basically you copy yourself and your actions and then play with another version of yourself.
So the main part about the early game of Blinx is that you want to obtain basically as much gold as you can to help buy stuff in the shop. 1 sec, 1, 2.
Got it.
It's the same pattern every time for those roulettes, but it can be a little bit difficult to get because they do, you know, go through really fast. And before I end this mission, I'm going to grab these little bits of gold here. Going to burn a fast forward as well, just to go a little bit faster. And just like that, that is almost all of World 2 done. We've now got a boss to do.
Also, just to finish off my explanation, there was one more time control of sorts that it's not at the bottom that you use actively, but there's also red hearts that you can see amongst the time crystals, and if you collect enough of those, it gives you a retry, which are the hearts you see in the top left. Those are basically your health of this game, and if you get hit by anything, so 1 hit KO, and it takes off a retry. When the retry is active, it will try to rewind back to a state from where the game considers safe, so you can go back and try again. However, how this works is a little weird, and it also can be abused for some fun glitches. Well, I don't think we'll be seeing much of them in this run, will we?
Maybe. We'll see. Now's a good time if we have any donations you want to talk about.
Yep, absolutely. So we have $20 from Chen, who said donating for Terra, so that's going towards the Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix Super Boss option. So that moves Terra into the lead on $55, with Sephiroth trailing on $50. So if you want to change the outcome there, make sure you get those donations in ASAP.
So just running through this level quickly. Just gonna grab a fast forward on the left over here. Oh, I accidentally used the
Oh,
soda bolt. So
yeah. You don't want to try and use those balls as ammo. Because he's been collecting them because they're very valuable items. Like, normally the most exchange for items when you bring stuff to end of gold is just like 5 or 10 gold. Those little balls are worth 100, so they're very valuable. So accidentally shooting one at an enemy is not something you want to do.
yeah, so now we're coming up to our first shop visit. This is where we buy our upgrades, sweepers, ammo. The ammo doesn't come into play until later in the game, but it's super good.
Ammo capacity right now is also very good because we'll be needing a lot of space for later levels. Especially since we're starting to get to some of the levels where a lot of the enemies are of higher health.
Yeah.
Which leads into another thing I'll explain is trash sizes. We're not doing it yet, but Miku's currently only got a level 1 sweeper, and this sweeper isn't strong enough to suck up a lot of the big trash pieces, only the small bits. So he's only doing 1 damage with each attack he's doing. However, if he were to get a larger sweeper, level 2 or level 3, be able to suck up even bigger pieces of trash, which deal more damage, which can do 2 or even 3 points of damage. And those can be used to take out higher health enemies in a single shot. However, we don't have those yet. When we do, however, it's going to be very, very quick to take out some enemies.
Yeah, one of the most important things in a Blinx speedrun is having that trash efficiency, being able to quickly kill off a monster as quickly as you can.
Yeah, because the trash is also stacked in... It's like, how is it? First in, first out? No. Basically, it keeps stacking up on each other the more you put in, and then it keeps taking from the top of the stack. So if you don't want to use something like these little trash shredder balls that he's got, you got to make sure to take those first, so they're at the bottom they're stacking, you won't shoot them out. Everything else goes on top.
Use a fast forward here just to, go through it. So when not sure if we've seen it, but whenever we use a time control, at the end of each time control, there is a sort of a pause that happens at the end. This is to basically just get you back into the speed of things and like pause the game and go, okay, like the time control's over, time to get back into business. But we don't really want that too many times for this run because, obviously 3 seconds. It's a long time. It adds up for the course of the run, so...
Yeah, a lot of time controls you'll be using, so a lot of pausing. Kind of like watching all the item collection jingles for the Super Metroid run. It takes a while when they all add up.
There we go. Use a fast forward here to climb up the thing. I don't need to jump on those, I was kind of just autopiloting there. If you don't have a fast forward, you can jump on those trampolines. But if you have a fast forward, then you can burn it by coming over here, scooping up all the trash. Collecting this gold. I'm gonna collect 1 more piece of trash here. And then we just have enough trash here to basically hit all the enemies once. You can see during the downtime, if there's an enemy that's hit stun, like this green dust turtle and pink octoballoon, it's a good time to go around and just use it to grab gold, pick up trash. Do something. You want to use your time wisely.
Oh yeah, and sometimes when there's lots of gold on the ground, another enemy comes along. Those Tom gang members on those little bikes, they like to... you don't have to defeat them. All they want to do is just run around and steal gold and time crystals and run off. However, you still got to be wary of them because touching them will still hurt you.
Coming up on our 3rd boss here. This boss only takes 3 HP, but we can get a quick hit in if we diagonal down and get a nice quick hit.
I haven't seen that hit before. That's neat.
Thank you, Lotus, for the tip there. Now we're gonna grab a rewind as well. Usually we want to grab a lot of these time controls to future-proof the run and just like be prepared. because when you kill time monsters, the amount of drops, time crystals that drop isn't random, but the type that it is random.
Yeah, so they can drop like 3 or 4 for the specific monster, but which ones, whether it be rewind, fast forward, retry, is very random. So knowing what how many could drop and also what the guaranteed drops are on each stage is very important to keep in mind. Sometimes you've got to improvise on the run.
And what you saw me do there, of course, it wouldn't be a Blinx speedrun without some duping of gold with record.
Yes, that's one of the... I believe that is unintended for the use of record, but basically, he doubled the amount of gold that appeared because with record, all actions are copied as well as your movements. And the thing is, what happened during the record was that a lot of gold just came out from the boss, because that's the thing that happened during the record. However, once the record ended and you went back to the start, that was before the boss died. So it thinks, oh, I have to shoot out a bunch of gold because that's what happened during the record. But also, oh, the boss died, so I got to shoot out some golds. So it shoots out double the amount because it thinks it happened twice.
Very goofy stuff, but it really does help with managing gold in this game.
It's an even more funky trick that you can do with it later on in World 6 boss, which can get you even more gold.
Now, because we're playing on the original release, World 4 is probably the biggest change overall for how many things got changed in the Platinum Hits compared to the original.
Yeah, the two versions, Platinum Hits and original release, they operate a bit differently, but they're mostly only for level design. Typically, most runs are done on the Platinum Hits version because it's by far the fastest speed run, because it's technically a lot easier. And there's a lot of stuff in there that's easier, like there's sometimes less time monsters, there's lower health time monsters, there's different trash positions, different time monster locations. A lot of things that changed up. Even the bosses have a lot less health. And by far, just all of those changes add up to a much faster speedrun. So this is the longer and more difficult version of the game.
And thankfully, we have enough gold to do this strat.
Nice.
So Platinum Hits...
we go straight to Heavy Sweeper.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot that we did that.
So Platinum Hits, you need 5,500 gold, but original release, we buy an extra bomb, so it's I think it's 59 something.
Oh yeah, stuff is more expensive as well.
No, it's the same price. It's just that since the enemies are more tougher and there's more like enemy, we have to compensate with more bombs. There we go.
Ooh, nice timing.
And now, we're going to hit these guys twice. Or once, sorry. But we're going to hit them towards each other. Then, we're going to grab this bomb that's here. And we're just going to shoot it and ricochet. It's going to land in the middle. It's going to kill both of them.
Yeah, and now that we have a Heavy Sweeper, we're able to pick up big trash pieces. And you can then see, as you might have seen, that's defeating those big health enemies in a single hit.
Super good. We don't need a big hit. Oh, hold on. I actually need to go back up because I need to put this trash here. This is going to be used to skip the door. And now we're going to come up to our this up over here. We're going to do a super bomb record strat.
Yeah, so I guess with the different enemy positions, you'd have to have a different setup for this. Because normally you do it just on that ledge that you jump over before. But with how everyone's in a much different position, you got to do it from over here.
Now I'm hoping I don't die. Okay, good. We didn't. I died in my practice run, and I was a bit confused.
Was the Guardian Spirit thing much closer? Were you standing on top of it?
Yeah, I was standing too close to the bomb.
Oh, so the bomb itself.
Yeah. Gotta wait for this. I also forgot this guy a couple times. Just we skip past him. So we go past here. We're gonna.
Yep, that skips a difficult platforming segment where you have to jump on these little thin pillars that tip over, and you stand on a switch.
Oh, I need some trash actually. Oh, picked up another cat medal. No.
Yeah, we want to try and avoid the cat medals because you have to watch the little cutscene of them being added to your collection.
I'm waiting for these guys.
So it's actually slow to pick them up.
I feel like I have less bombs. Hold on. I'm just going to take down this guy. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do a... Oh, didn't need to use that bomb. But what we're doing essentially now is that when we go into the goal gate, the game checks, hey, what's in Blinx's inventory? And you get money back for bringing back trash. You get more money back for bringing back ammo from the shop, so it's about half. So what you can do is you want to bring back as much ammo from the shop as possible to be efficient with your money. But what you can do is, because the game only checks for if the original Blinx is inventory, you can then use all your ammo as a recorded Blinx, go into the goal gate, and then it'll only account for what happened before the record. So you could have like 9 super bombs in your inventory, use them all while in record, and then go into the goal gate, and then you get rewarded. What is it, like 250 times 9? So it's like it's close to 2,000.
A lot. Yeah, basically anything that you use during a record doesn't count.
Which is super good. There you go. And then these guys, in the original version, they take 11 hits to kill. Even heavy trash doesn't speed up the process. The only way to speed up the process is if you buy one of the elemental sweepers, which allows you to two-shot the enemies, or super bombs actually do 2 damage, but it's actually a little bit inefficient to do it unless you have that record strat going on.
Yeah, that's a very actually not known, very lesser known fact about the game. Those specialty sweepers, the fire and water sweepers, actually have a purpose. They don't really outright tell you this, they just say this sweeper can sweep water or this one can shoot flames. But it doesn't really seem to do anything much. However, if you use them against like the water slugs on this level, with the fire sweeper, the big form will dissipate instantly and they'll turn to the small dragon form. And same holds true for another enemy that we'll see in another world.
There we go. Just 3 more enemies to go. You can see that.
Oh,
1 more to go. Almost just got hit
I
there.
think that one, yeah, was just a little too early.
Got to go on that rhythmic trigger. But sometimes you can go a little fast.
Because even though those in this big slug form, they have very little hit stun, it's still there. It's very slightly early.
Now, coming up on boss 4, we from here on out through World 5, we want to try and stock up on some rewinds because we've got some cool strats coming up in there. And I guess now's a good time to, if there's any donations that have come through.
Yep, no worries. We've got $100 from a very familiar face, our beloved commentator, saying on here, donating to Fast Forward Eliminating Cancer, put the donation towards dropping Corsica in Hi-Fi Rush. So, dropping Corsica is now on $150 and catching is sitting on a big fat 0. I think there might be a slightly more popular option here. And then we have $20 from
Good.
the Coxons, I think that is. Good luck, Dale, my beloved Blinx Discord. Loves you and Jesse.
Oh, okay. Messed up some shots there, but you luckily recovered really quickly.
That is so much gold for this boss.
678. Yeah, that's pretty neat.
So usually that boss, and so the Dust Keeper and the Dust King, the yellow and red beanbag looking guys with the staffs, they usually drop around 500 on average. So anything above that is just like a bonus.
Wait, that was like what, 678?
Yeah,
that's a lot.
That's a
more
lot.
than normal. Yeah, that's a good haul.
Here we come. World 5, probably one of the most mechanically just expertise sort of levels in the game.
Lots of traps. Gotta watch yourself.
It's not necessarily difficult, but there's a lot of just sort of hard strats to do. If you mess up one thing, then it can sort of snowball into more. So you just want to try and play consistent and do everything as good as you can. And one of those being just time controls. Make sure you're stocking up on the time controls like rewinds. Deal with these 4 enemies in the room. No double trash or heavy trash to deal with all these enemies, but What can you do? You kind of just have to go through.
Well, then you can make the enemy shoot each other. That is the one fun trick that you can do in this game. Some enemies, instead of trying to pounce on you, they like to shoot at you. Like the Dust Herder or the Octo Balloons. And if you line them up correctly, you can get them to hit each other and take them out for you. So they will friendly fire.
There we go. I'm gonna grab another rewind here as well, if I can.
Plenty of rewind crystals.
There we go. Now this is what we want. This is very nice because we're gonna be using a rewind in the next level, then the level after that, and then the level after that. So this covers our bases.
Yes, rewind has some very funny uses that a lot of people might not be fully wary of.
And here we go. We're going back to the shop, buying 3 super bombs, and we're doing the strat that got me into speedrunning this game. But
Yes, this level is very fun. It's basically like bit of a spiral upwards. You start at the low level and you work your way upwards, slowly reaching the higher and higher rooms until you get to the goal. But you can get all the way straight up to the top without taking the complicated route. Because you can do this.
There we go.
Use a rewind to pull you all the way up to the top level by riding the barrels.
Now I have to time this shot right because we need to make sure this super bomb detonates as this mole gun is coming up. Super bombs have like a 3-second fuse time. If it says 10 monsters, we did it. We did 11. All right, so we missed 1.
Oh,
So we'll have to go back down.
yeah. Because unless they're targeting you, Molgons just wander around randomly before just like popping up casually and then going back under again. So timing those super bombs is very important because the only other way to make bombs detonate is by directly targeting an enemy with them. And that you have to shoot like directly at them and it'll explode on contact. So just dummy firing them, you have to be very, very on point.
Grabbed another rewind.
Oh,
here.
but it was
the Chrono Blob.
Chrono Blob that didn't get hit.
So this can happen because if 2 enemies are colliding together, then the game freaks out, and then it tries to respawn the tries to respawn the Chrono Blob to its original patrol position, and that can mess up sometimes. But it's like, what can you do?
Yeah.
Very cool strat. Now, for this stage, all we really need now is fast forwards. But we're pretty much set. We have all of our rewinds. We have a record for the next world. It's going to be super cool. And there's a lot of fast forward crystals that spawn in this level too. I'm waiting for this mole gun to pop up. There you go.
I wonder why it wasn't accurate. Looks like it should have been.
Goofy game. There we go. Wait for this mole gun to come back up. See if I can spot any fast forward crystals.
There's 2 of the spikes.
Of course they're in the spikes. Oh, I got 1 at least. I'm going to take that.
Yeah,
I might get
don't
the
think
other
you
one.
can get the second one.
Oh, no. Oh, well. That's alright. Once again, there's plenty of fast forwards that we can grab. 2 minimum, if we like 2 fast forwards that we want. But 3 is like the golden.
Oh, there's 1. There's 2.
There we go. Alright, we'll start again.
And you had to pick one of the slow crystals. You could have gotten 2 out of that.
Oh.
Oh.
Can I grab it?
Oh, they're bouncing off each other.
I will waste a little bit of time because it just helps.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm not going for
A
world
second or 2 for quite a lot of time saved because of the time control is very much worth it.
No fast forwards. Okay. Now we're going to use a rewind here. This is going to... So we want to use a rewind so then we can pick up these golem pieces because they are worth 100 gold each. It also just kills them really quickly. So
Yep. If you sweep up all their pieces before they merge together and get up, then they just die.
Very cool.
And even if you sweep up a few of the pieces, but not all of them, they'll just get up with less health.
I see fast forward. I see second. There we go.
Yes.
Nice. We're all
another
set.
2. Very
We can
nice.
get out of this level as fast as we can. You know what? I think this is like the first marathon where I haven't screwed up World 5 in a way. I mean, there was that little thing in 5.2 with the Chrono Blob, but I mean, other than that, I haven't taken a death yet, so...
Yeah, not even... No, you haven't even taken a retry at all. on any of them. I'm going real well.
Oh yeah? Just you wait. I'll side flip off the edge or something.
And yeah, now that I've said it, I'm giving you the commentator's curse.
Alright.
I apologize in advance.
It's alright. I accept your apology. Now we'll jump up here. Jump over those saw blades. I thought that wasn't going to hit for a second.
It's the same.
Because the spiker jumps up and down. And sometimes, you know, with those monsters moving around, they can just dodge the trash unintentionally.
Ah, now we've got Juggernaut 1. Normally, he's a very annoying boss fight because he has a fun gimmick where every time you hit him, he spawns tons of little mini minions.
What's
And you're supposed to hit each one of those and destroy them before you hit him a second time. However, quite a while ago, a runner by the name of Commander Ducky found this loop that you could do with Rewind, where if you hit him, he'll be hit stun for a moment, but then he'll just get right back up without spawning enemies without invulnerability frames, meaning you can just hit him again.
like that?
And you can just hit him several times over without going through the mess of dealing with all of his minions. It is super fast and it saves so much time. I still maintain that's like one of the best finds that's ever been found for this game. Because that boss is just such a pain to deal with normally. That it's just dealing with him with this ability. It's just way better.
Thank you, Ducky. Also, Ducky was the person that got me into speedrunning Blinx. He was so just inspired and was like, wow, this is so cool, the way that they do, like, they play the game and how they break stuff. It's just made me spiral into Blinx insanity, basically.
Yeah, he basically just showed up out of nowhere, got the record, refused to elaborate, and left.
Okay. We got our first, well, not our first. I think we, if this was the Platinum Hits, that would have been our first enemy with 3 HP. But because we're playing the original, we saw some spikers with 3 HP in...
Oh yeah. Just thinking, what enemy was that? It was just the spikers, not the chrono blobs.
There's not a lot of changes when it comes to changes in... I said changes twice. Well, there's not a lot of changes in World 6 and original release and Platinum Hits. Most of the changes now are going to be in Everwinter, which is the 7th world. And
yeah, the world where most casual players stopped playing.
And near the final boss of the game. There we go. We're just doing a bit of sniping here. One of the cool things, it's really hard to aim with Blinx sometimes because of the way the auto aim works.
Yeah, mostly Blinx just fires in the direction that he's facing all the time, unless there's a time monster in front of him, which then the game will try to auto lock on to the enemy and fire at them. But no way to do manual targeting. Sometimes it can be very jank.
Yeah, there's like a list of like things that the game goes through in terms of priority. So there's like, if there's a monster, there's
no fast forwards.
Oh, bummer.
All
So
those time crystals and not a single fast forward.
So when it comes to enemies, roulettes, gold chests. Oh, I saw an orange.
Yeah, don't fall off the edge.
The commentator's curse won't put a hold against me. So what was I saying? So yeah, there's like a system that like Blinx. So goes like time monsters. Need 6 of these. Time monsters, roulettes, gold chests. But then if he's not, if there's none of those, then it'll aim for like time crystals and gold pieces. There we go. We're gonna shoot our bomb here, and we're gonna hopefully try and hit this guy through the door. And yep, we got him.
Yeah. No, super bomb explosions are very large and deal 2 damage. So, and then they also go through objects, so they're very handy to dealing with a lot of the enemies quickly. Just make sure to not blow yourself up.
Yeah. That's mainly why we like using fast forward, because we can use the fast forward barrier
Yeah.
to protect ourselves.
Yeah, you could basically just face tank a single shot.
You'll definitely be seeing those here. We're going to use a record.
This is my favorite use of record in the run. I like this bit.
Now, because the super bomb does 2 damage, usually the combustor sword takes 10 damage, takes 10 shots to kill, but with 5 super bombs, we can basically go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and then boom, he's like 5 shots. Now, while my little green guy's doing whatever he wants to do, we're going to go over here. These enemies are frozen because they haven't seen us.
Yeah, because they're still reacting to what happened during the record. Most enemies, however, will break out of that state of being under the time control's influence when you hit them. The only exception to that is pause. They'll remain frozen in iframes until it ends. All others, though, they'll just, once they get back up, they'll react normally.
And now from this point on, we will be buying a item from the shop every single level from now on. Because now that we have enough money, there's a lot of enemies that sort of like need to be dealt with in terms of ammunition. And yeah, but we're going to be getting a lot of gold very soon from the bosses because of that duplication glitch.
Yeah, so what happens, I'll explain properly how it works, because it's a really odd glitch. Probably the biggest glitch that we have in this game.
Okay. And if there's any donations that have come through, now's a good time.
Yep, absolutely. We have $50 from Darth7. He says, "Hi Miku," and then if he or Un has an incentive in mind, please put it towards that.
Thank you, Daff. I love you.
And as for the incentive you want to put it towards, you've got the Hi-Fi Rush, the Resi 2 remake, the Kingdom Hearts 2, or Metal Gear Solid 1, or Cricket, kind of in the near future.
You got one preference?
Hi-Fi Rush seems pretty good.
You want to catch or draw Corsica?
Okay. Either one.
Go catch, make it interesting.
Yeah, alright. Alright.
Alright then. We'll be at odds.
Alright. Coming up to the boss. This is the boss to do gold in
Yes.
this game.
This boss right here is basically the boss for grinding anything. If you need money, if you need time controls, you go here. Because there's 4 time crystals of every single time control here, allowing you to get at least 2 of each. And he also drops the most gold out of any boss. And in combination with a certain glitch that we're about to do, it's very good for getting a lot of money for this run.
Yeah, so
how the money glitch works is, I explained it very briefly beforehand, when we did it in World 3. It's like, the game thinks there's one money pile to drop with the record, and another one because the boss just died again, which makes 2. However, there's a very weird glitch that happens with retry and record. This rewind that's happening right now, this is a special rewind, because it's one that's only used in 2 situations. When you're using a retry, or when a record is being rewound. However, if you use both of those situations happen at the same time, the game gets confused because that's a special time control that's only to be used in special situations. And there's not supposed to be multiples of it happening. So what happens is, if you have 2 of them at the same time, it thinks that what you just did when you died and used a retry is another record clone. So it thinks you've used 2 records at once, which means it now thinks there's 3 of you there, so it drops 3 times the gold. And you can keep chaining this infinitely, so long as you've got retries to burn. So you die again, it thinks there's 4 of you. Die again, thinks there's 5. And it'll keep dropping more and more stuff. Unfortunately, we don't want it to drop so much gold because it can cause an entity overload and crash the game. However, that glitch, which is referred to as the alternate timeline glitch, is very, very, very useful in dealing with some levels, because you can get like 5 things done in a second. It's mainly an IL strat. There's not much of use of it seen in full game runs, but the potential of it is just astounding. If you want to see just how well used the glitch is, I recommend go seeing some of the IL runs of this game, because it abuses the alternate timeline glitched a lot, and it's very fun to see.
And now we're in everyone's, every casual Blinx player's world, Everwinter.
Yes, this is where most people stopped playing. Lots of ice physics, lots of instant kill water freeze death traps, lots of really weird mechanics. Like these doors closing when you get off the switches, forcing you to run through the level again several times.
Or sometimes you can't even, maybe, remember when we had that 10-minute timer? Yeah, sometimes the level can go for so long that the game just like...
Yeah, this
game
is
over.
like the one world where the 10-minute timer actually is a problem, because sometimes going through these levels multiple times, unintentionally, can take a while. And if you hit 10 minutes, you just instantly game over. And this is this world where that's the biggest risk of happening.
This is probably one of the hardest levels, but it's also one of my favorite levels.
Ooh. Get that new trick that you showed me before.
Now, I just need to see...
Ooh,
I think that...
that looked pretty good.
So what we're doing, I'm basically shooting the bombs in record form, and then what we can do, we can use this to basically just use the record clone's super bombs.
Yep, because you can suck bombs back up after you shot them. They're basically turned into cooked explosives that will instant detonate as soon as you shoot them. That's why they're red. Very dangerous, but also very useful just for duplicating extra ammunition.
There we go. Now hopefully I get this right.
Yeah, that looks right. It looks lined up with the door.
This gatekeeper here, the pink magic carpet looking thing there, it can move around. Oh, I did not get the spiker. That's alright.
Oh, well, it's just a spiker. That should be all right.
As long as I get the gatekeeper, that's the most important one. The spiker we can deal with. Well, it's a little bit faster to deal with just the spiker.
Ah, there we go. Yep, he just ticked off. You got him.
There we go. Now, this is the part where I need to pick up a lot of records. So
There's no records here.
There is
a lot of pause.
There is a couple records over on this side. Now, I didn't... Oh, never mind. I thought I didn't get the octoballoon from the first record, but... There we go. Now we've only got 3 enemies left. But I do want to make sure that I have at least one more record before I move on. If not, then... Oh,
careful.
This is like one of the hardest things. It's like trying to... Yeah, there's no way I'm not getting that record. It makes it a little bit difficult to grab these time controls because of just how cluttered and like things are.
Yeah. Sometimes the enemies can get in very confined spaces. When they all die in the same space, all the time crystals drop in the same place too, which means it's really hard to collect them without accidentally grabbing the wrong one and burning them all.
I need to hit this guy 2 more times. And then... Uh-oh.
Well, it's just a record.
This might mess up the record. Bit unfortunate. I missed the shot on the gatekeeper. Let's see if I can make it out alive. I just need to...
Oh! No. So yeah, I just realized what you meant with all that.
It's okay, because we can try it again. So, because we retried past the point of the record...
Wait, did it rewinded before the... Oh yeah, so you got to burn another one. Ah, that sucks.
There we go. But we should be able to make it now. But the very bad news is that...
You're now down a record.
We're down a record.
Well, hopefully we can make that up somewhere.
We do a little goofing.
Yeah, that's really annoying that that happened.
Ah well.
But that's so we can get another one in the stage 3.
We'll see. The drop rates isn't too insane. All we need is 1 for now. Nothing too crazy.
Yeah, just 1 to break even.
So this guy can drop 4 crystals. There's 1.
Okay.
If not, we'll just have to improvise. There we go. We'll hit this roulette.
Oh.
Got the bomb. Alright, let's see. If not, I'm just gonna...
That's only another one.
I know where to get another record, though. We'll just go this way. We'll go the long way.
That's unfortunate.
Get some gold while we're ahead. Careful of the ice turtle.
Yep. That's the thing that got every casual player when they first played that. Very first level, new enemy. Run out to it, shoot it, it self-destructs and blows you up.
No, I kind of want
That gets every new player. There we go, 2 of them. Perfect. Exactly what we needed.
Oh, of course he's down there.
Now we're +1.
Yeah, that's alright. I'm just gonna have to... I'm gonna wait. He's gonna respawn, and then I'm gonna use a record for these enemies up here. Oh, hello.
Where is he?
Camouflage behind the scenery.
There we go.
Alright, here we go. 1, 2, 3. There we go. We got the... sorry, both of these enemies down to 1 HP. And now after this, we want to try and see if we can hope for some pause time controls. Now, I haven't picked up a single pause or slow this entire run, because it's slow to pick up and use those time controls.
Yeah. Slow's really... I mean, the speed run, it's very not important.
I'll get a fast forward though. Only one though.
There's some areas where... There's only like 1 or 2 areas where pause is really useful to avoid some very dangerous combat areas. This is what we're collecting pause for.
Now, I'm going to do something, and we're going to do the gatekeeper glitch.
Oh yeah, this is weird.
Well, I'm going to try to at least. There we go. Oh. The important thing is you don't want the bomb to hit the gatekeeper before it goes into the...
I forget how this even occurs.
So what happens is that the game gets confused, and somehow the game misses, but the game has already logged that the gatekeeper has died. So the gatekeeper is 2 entities: the actual gate, and then the magic carpet enemy.
Yeah.
So right now, if I go touch this monster, it's not doing anything because it's dead. It's not actually there.
I remember triggering a glitch like this as well in Blinx 2. It was with one of the shielded time monsters in Time Sweepers 4.
The pause control came. The record came after me. I actually don't need any more time controls. We are all set for now.
Yep.
I mean, that could have gone a lot better. I mean, that's just sort of the unfortunate nature of Blinx, is that sometimes you will just get unlucky with time crystal drops, and sometimes you'll just be bad at the game and you
Yeah,
just die.
but it's Everwinter. It's just... It's hard to be good in Everwinter consistently because it's just a very difficult stage.
Now, we are buying spike bullets instead of super bombs.
Yeah, they're basically the same thing, dealing 2 damage to the enemy. The only difference is that spike bullets don't explode. They're a direct contact weapon. So they're much safer for your own personal handling.
The reason why we get it is because it is cheaper than super bombs by 100 gold. Which, by the way, if you buy multiple of the same item in the shop, like ammo, after the first item, you get a 30% discount on all other of the same items.
I didn't realize that was a thing until I was doing money routing and figured out, hey, wait, this isn't the mathematical answer to how much you need to buy these. Why is that the case?
But it's really nice because it does actually incentivize buying ammo from the shop. There we go. So we've hit the Hydrosaur 3 times. The last shot will be the last one, and we're going to do another record dupe. Also,
by the way, we're just speeding through all the phases of this boss because since these spike bullets deal 2 damage, there's a lot of things that we're just skipping with this boss. There's a lot of different things that this boss likes to do, and we're just we're missing all of them.
Alright, we won't triple dupe this time, we'll only double dupe. A side effect of playing on the original release is that we don't actually need as much gold. Because later on in the game... I'll wait for this. When we get to
2,000 gold.
One of the last bosses of the game, there's a boss rush that we have to go through. And in the Platinum Hits, we usually need like 2,900 gold to buy 10 spike bullets and to use it throughout the boss rush. But there's a funny little glitch in the original release.
Is it a glitch or was it just something that they changed?
Nah, I think it's a glitch because it's when this game was released in the US, it goes US, Japan, and then Europe. It got quickly fixed in the Japanese version as well, and that was like, I think it was like a month or so after the game got released in the US. So I think it wasn't intentional. Okay. Now I would like a record. I'm gonna suck up this ball and then shoot it away. I think there's a couple of record crystals that we can grab. Watch out for Hash Brown City.
Yep. In the Forge of Hours, there's very much lots of hot things here. They will burn you if you touch them, so don't touch them.
Now I'm gonna take my time here because I do want this record.
Yeah. The game expects you to do... Ooh, that was close. The game expects you to do a lot of time control used to avoid traps like that. It's like it wants you to stand on top of the switch to stop the... I guess those are like molten iron bars going down that bit, and then like use a slow or pause while the switch is down so you can quickly get across.
Oh.
That's not supposed to happen.
Yeah, this is the really funny thing about Blinx as well. Sometimes trash can just get stuck in other trash because of the hitbox. Alright,
It has something that... It is something that has happened before, so don't check that off the bingo card. It's just, it's not supposed to happen.
Okay. Oh. Ooh, camera messed me up there. Alright, we're gonna try and do another record finish here.
Yep.
This very, very difficult.
And as you can see there, with Miku swapped over to the Water Sweeper now, and that one hit that he did on that Combustor Saw there instantly brought it down to its little mini dragon form. That's the bonus of the Water Sweeper. It instantly KOs those enemies from their big forms.
Unfortunately, I did not get the trick off right, but hey, we saved some super bombs, saved some gold, easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Same thing with instantly killing those enemies with the sweeper also happens to the water slugs in the previous stage if you picked up the fire sweeper. This used to be what our strat was before we realized getting the big 16-ton weights from the heavy sweeper was a bit faster than that. Because the heavy sweeper is the only one that can sweep up those big weights, and they deal 3 damage.
Now's a good time for any donations or any plugs.
Yep, this is just a reminder for everyone waking up this morning that we are AusSpeedruns, a group doing speedrun events to raise money for charity. And for this event we're raising money for Game On Cancer, a charity which funds early career cancer researchers who are working all across all areas of cancer research. And if you'd like to donate, you can go to donate.ausspeedruns.com, and there'll be a link in the Twitch chat to that as well.
Here we go. So we're going to use our first pause of the run. Here we go. Now the reason...
No, this is the second.
Is it the second?
Yeah,
we used the
other. Just using the other stage, which was before.
Clearly, I can't count. So, okay, so I guess we should say it's the second pause of the run. But the main reason why we use pause in this world and not like a rewind is that because, well, this world is really dangerous and we kind of want to like not die.
Yes, there's lots of traps everywhere. There's spinning blades on these little wheel cog contraptions. There's fireballs jumping out of the lava. There's lava. There's Tesla coils shooting electricity. And some of them have deceptively large hitboxes. So, and just one hit is an instant kill for us. And we only have 1 life, so we have to be very careful about where we're standing. Because otherwise it will hurt us a lot.
Now, I'm hoping for some rewinds. And
there you go, we got 1.
There we go.
2.
Now I do want to grab 2. So, these rewinds will be used for the Oh, I was about to go like
Move to split.
instinctively split. But the rewinds will be used for the boss of this world and in the boss rush as well. Now, because what do I need? I need 3 super bombs. We need more rewinds in the original release compared to the platinum hits because you know, since we want to use spike bullets to kill things, but obviously in the original release we can't do that in the boss rush. And it'll come up in the.
I'll explain about that when we get there.
There we go. Doing our little record trick, so we can just shoot all of our bombs down there. We don't have to even look at those enemies ever again. Although now we deal with these. The water sweeper coming in clutch, killing that combustosaur in 1 hit. Now we have 1 slot remaining. We could use another. I think rewinds is probably the most important here. Now I'm gonna snipe this dude over there. Wait for him to come back up. Alright.
Got him.
Now we just gotta time our jumps here.
Yeah, because there's big blades around that.
Alright. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Let's see if we can get a rewind from any of these guys.
Ooh, careful. Oh, there's one.
5 should be fine. And then this is the last enemy. It's weird. Forge of Hours has less enemies per like world compared to Everwinter. There's not as many enemies in here, but
but it makes up for it with its abundance of traps.
Some goddamn Tesla coils.
And just stuff that's just designed to kill you. Like this one item here, you're supposed to use a record to balance one end so the block on it slides down for you so you can ride it back up. But we just use the fast forward just to face tank the damage and run to the other end.
There we go. And we are done with basically all the worlds almost.
Now we get to the worst boss in the game. Even worse than the final boss.
Alrighty. So, remember that green Amogus looking guy that we used rewinds on to basically cheese? Well,
we've got a red dude now.
We're going to be doing the sort of same thing, but this time it acts a little differently, that it won't let you stun lock it, and it will have iframes as soon as it gets hit.
Yeah, despite just got only a palette swap, this guy behaves very differently to the first Juggernaut. And he is a pain. Luckily, we have ways to alleviate that slightly. We're basically cancelling out one of his phases with this rewind trick. We can't hit him as repeatedly, but we do get to fast up, because with this trick, we've got 2 phases that he does. This ball roll trick where he just tries to roll you over, and the amount of times he does the roll, completely random RNG. It can be 1, it can be 5.
Oh. What just happened?
Yeah, what was that?
I don't know. I think...
maybe the game thought you were in a dangerous location by standing on top of the boss.
No, I think I know what happened. So what happened was... I got hit during the fast forward, but the time control ended, but I was still in that animation.
Oh, the damage animation.
The damage animation, and then
yeah, that
I think
sense.
What the game thinks is that, hey, if Blinx is taking that damage animation, cancel all time controls.
Yeah,
that was so weird. I've never seen that happen.
That's with like the fast forward thing.
Well, you learn something new every day.
Yeah, but basically what this rewind is doing to this boss is like the first boss, this is supposed to have a phase where he lets a bunch of minions out and you're supposed to hit those. But when those happens, these platforms there, as you can see there, they start moving around in a circle, and they also raise and lower, and the holes appear in them and reveal all the lava, and it's really tricky to manage because you have to hit all the minions to defeat him. Because the first one, you can kind of ignore them in a way, because he'll just spawn more and he'll just roll around. It's more difficult to do so, but for Juggernaut 2, he will not go out of invulnerability until
you get those minions.
Yeah, until they get those minions. And with the stage moving around and him also rolling after you, it's very difficult.
Here we are. So now we're finally in the boss rush.
Yes, and there's one, I guess you called it a bug earlier. There's one big issue between the versions of this game, between original release and platinum hits. As with boss rushes, you face a bunch of bosses in a row. However, for Platinum Hits, we've got like one spike ball here, as you saw. But when we go to the next boss, you'll see it's not there anymore. We don't keep our ammo between the bosses. Which means we have to do this boss normally. We have to let this guy jump out, poke holes in the arena, and spit out trash for us, which only do 1 damage.
There we go. So now this sort of objective in the boss rush is get as many rewinds as you can. Because we need these rewinds to deal with boss 8. There we go.
Yeah, especially since we don't have spike bullets. Oh god, Juggernaut 2 is going to be a pain.
That's why we're grabbing as many rewinds as we can. Now this boss, when it digs through the ice 3 times, it will shoot out a random assortment of crystals, and we're gonna try and hope for that it shoots at least 1 rewind. And of course you wouldn't.
He gives you 2 records though.
Well, it's well, and
I would have used personally I would have used one of the other ones to get the rewind and then gone 2 records.
I think it's fine. That's fine. But this is not the end of the rewind hunt. In the next boss in the lineup, we go back to Karagon 2, which is the world's boss. So which means we can get 2 more rewinds. 5 is the so we get 5, and then we get an extra one from boss 8. So we'll have 6 in total to deal with. Which is enough, which is good. We won't have to deal with all the minions and stuff.
You can just see how slow this boss is going now that we don't have spike bullets.
There we go. Fun fact, you can hit Hydrosaur when he's doing that tornado attack.
In the air?
No, when he hits the ground. When he hits the ground and he goes through the ice, there's like the timing of him being able to get hit. I did not know that until like a year ago. Where just like a random casual streamer was just playing the game. And then they just did that and I'm like, what? I didn't even know you could do that.
I don't remember if I did that casually. It was a very long time ago. Also, yeah, we have to be careful about where we stand every time we hit Hydrosaur because he'll break the platform that you're standing on. And you don't want him to break the center platform. Because that's where the goal gate appears on the end of the center platform. So if he breaks it, you're not going to be able to finish the stage even though you've beaten the boss.
That was clutch. I didn't have any pedestals to stand on top of for the boss, but luckily.
Yeah.
So with the pedestals, prolong the amount of iframes that it gets, but if it attacks from the water or attacks from those like little ice things,
he'll try to dodge.
Then the iframes activate quicker. But thankfully, we clutched up and we got that.
Yeah. I remember I thought that was the only way you could damage that boss by standing on the pedestals because he won't dodge when he bites those.
Now this boss is a bit more fun because what we can do, he has an attack after he gets hit that he'll shoot these barrels, but we can literally just, take all the barrels that he's shooting out of his mouth. And we
get all the ammo we need
shoot
with him waiting to drop any more.
Shoot it right back at him. Also, some people seem to think that the barrels damage you.
No, they don't. They just push you.
They just push you. Yeah, you can literally just...
If they even hit you, because they have a very weird hitbox.
I've seen a lot of casuals, like, they're dodging the barrels, but don't worry. Everything is fine.
I think the only ones that do damage you when they hit you are the explosive barrels.
Yeah, the explosive barrels.
And this boss does not shoot explosive barrels at you.
But yeah, we're just going to be doing this. He's on his last health segment now.
Luckily, he hasn't done the ground slam attack, but I think he only does that when you've taken too long.
Yeah, so he'll only do the ground slam attack when he's gone through 3 attack animations
without being hit.
Yeah. So
yeah.
So he'll go through 3 attack animations. He'll hit the ground, and then if that's happened, then another 3 attack animations. He'll charge at you. All right, here we go.
Now we've got Juggernaut 2 again. Oh boy.
This is one of the main reasons why this game isn't in the sub-hour category yet. It's very close. The world record's like 1 hour and 2 minutes. But to get to sub-hour, you basically have to play perfectly throughout the game. And I mean perfect. No mistakes, no retries. You need every single strat to hit to get that sub-hour. Well, on Platinum here, so you can make as many mistakes as you want.
Yeah, I mean, as well as all the levels just being quicker and faster.
Yeah.
The fact that you can bring spike bullets into the boss rush saves so much time.
Yeah. The Platinum Hits boss rush, it's around, I think it's like 4 minutes 30 seconds now, or it's like 5 minutes. The boss rush for original release, it's usually around 9 minutes, and it's usually the longest part of boss rush is this boss right here, and it's just waiting.
Yeah, especially because, like I said before, he's got RNG on how many times he likes to roll at you. It can be just one, or he can keep rolling, and he just won't stop. And every time he does a roll, it's just more time that you can't hit him, because he's invulnerable during that part.
Yeah, this guy is definitely the world record run killer.
Well, yeah, Chrono Horn can also attribute to that a little bit, if he doesn't drop the right time crystals.
True.
But yeah, this guy, I still maintain he's worse. Just how he functions, because you can easily survive the Chrono Horn's attacks while collecting all the time controls. This guy, he wants to kill you, and he will try his hardest.
We grabbed our first slow of the run. Won't be used at all until the final boss.
Also, a tip for casual players, you can restart the fight in this battle and you will not go back to the start of the boss rush. It will restart the boss you're currently on. Very helpful. That's how I got through this.
There we go. So now, after 5 or 6 hits, the boss goes into its aggressive phase. Where
So he forces this anyway.
but makes it faster. Oh, did you see that like little weird?
Oh, but luckily,
Oh, there it is.
no.
You see that? It just appeared out of thin air. That's really funny. There we go. Now we're on the final boss of the game. Thankfully, we can buy all our spike bullets here. Now, Chrono Horn. This guy is sick. He has 4 phases that he goes through. We go through 2 of them very quickly. But the main thing of this boss is that when we get to phase 3, we need to activate every single time control once to break its armor. And the crystals that drop is RNG.
Yeah, he also takes all of your time controls from you, so you can't have them all from the start.
Then we're going through these really quickly because of the spike bullets. Here we go. For this stage, we have to hit both of these at the same time. And now we've entered right into phase 3. Now,
I see to fast forward so far.
so now we're prolonging him. So during this phase, he chases you and tries to slap you. But there's also a chance that he will activate
that's
a random
fast
time control. There we go.
Yeah, there's 3 fast forwards there.
I see 2 slows as well. 3 pauses. Very nice. Alright. Oh, there's more fast forwards.
Lots of them.
I'm going to wait a little bit though, because... And maybe 3 more slaps. 3, 2,
Nice.
1.
I saw 2 record.
Alright, we'll get fast forward first.
Oh, no, yep, there's a record there as well.
I want to get this heart. There we go.
Slow, that's it.
Where'd that pause go? There it is.
Yeah, because he'll try to use time controls against you as well. But you can cancel them out by just activating one of your own. Oh,
No,
he's eating
my
it. No,
record.
no.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Oh, good. Okay, so that's what? Pause, fast forward, record, just need rewind and slow.
Yes, sir. Alright.
Alright, just need rewind and there's none there. Lovely.
Another way we can make it so that more crystals spawn. So if we just like use up all these crystals that are spawned on the top of the map. Because if there's too many crystals spawned, then the game it won't spawn any more crystals. I see.
Oh,
2.
there we go. It just instantly spawned 2. But, but you don't. You're gonna have to burn this combo you have right now before you get them.
Yeah, that's fine. We just need 1 more crystal and then that's it. There it is.
There we go.
Oh, I used the fast forward. There we go. And here we go.
Okay, time will be on the final hit that against the Chrono Horn.
Not these time controls. So I'm gonna. I'll shoot a spike bullet at this.
After this.
So it's gonna come charge at me, and then I'm gonna shoot it. So and time.
Time, yeah. Good job.
I honestly didn't. I played a little bit better than I thought.
Yeah, that was pretty good. There was only minor mistakes here and there.
That little mistake in 7-2, but other than that, it was fine. Yeah. Is there anything you wanted to say before we close off this part of the speedrun?
Well, the only real thing I've got is basic shoutouts to Lotus and Daft and the other Blinx and Time Sweeper runners who just made this run really, really amazingly well.
Well, okay.
They've found all of you have found amazing tricks in this game and just made it super great.
Yeah, mega shout out to the Blinx speedrunning community. So just want to say big thank you to AusSpeedruns for having me on once again for a Blinx speedrun. Hope to be back next year, maybe for some Blinx all medals. I just want to shout out to the Blinx community, speedrunning community. You know, being awesome. Shout out to Isna and Daf7, my man. And I just want to say once again to everyone in the chat, everyone in the audience who's watching, thank you so much for supporting this this event. The Blinx speedrun is over, but don't go anywhere because there's more speedruns coming up. We'll be back.